Close your eyes and imagine the world's most silent thief. He doesn't break into your home to steal jewelry or glittering stacks of reis. No, he is siphoning away the very marrow of your existence. His name is time. In the shadows of the towering skyscrapers of Sao Paulo, I once knew a man, let's call him Ricardo. Ricardo was a fortress of financial discipline. He counted every cent with obsessive precision. Yet paradoxically, he was the most reckless spendthrift I've ever met. He would burn through 3 golden hours every single afternoon just nursing a grudge over a crooked fence with a neighbor, or allow his soul to be gnawed away by faceless gossip on social media deep into the night. When the darkness of the end finally draped over his lonely hospital room, Ricardo looked at his massive bank balance and wept in bitter regret. He realized he was a billionaire in currency but a beggar in life. Seneca left us a haunting warning that has echoed through the centuries. Asterisk, men are tight-fisted with their property, but when it comes to wasting time, they are the only ones who are generous, where such generosity is a crime. Asterisk. The bitter truth is this: we don't truly fear death, we fear that we have never actually lived. You act as if you have a millennium ahead of you, but wake up, every passing tick of the clock isn't your future. It is a portion of death already claimed. Do not let your life be a mere rough draft, lost in the noise of meaningless anxieties. Start living fully, starting with this very breath. Have you ever wondered why, in the same rainfall, one person finds romance while another feels only bitterness? The truth isn't in the raindrops. It is in the lens your soul chooses to wear. Step with me into a lavish villa in Rio. Imagine the rhythm of bossa nova weaving through the palm trees, and the thick, intoxicating scent of sea salt in the air. At the center of the ballroom stands a 5-tiered wedding cake, pristine, white, standing proud like a masterpiece of sculpture. It is the heart of every gaze. Then, a thunderous crash shatters the elegance. A waiter slips. The cake collapses. White icing splatters violently across the cold marble floor. The room freezes in a hollow, terrifying silence. In that single heartbeat, 3 different universes are born. The bride screams, her face contorted with misery. In her eyes, her entire life and dignity have crumbled into that mess. A guest in the corner lets out a hearty laugh, seeing nothing but a fascinating artistic accident to liven up the party. But then, look at the groom. Amidst the ruins, he calmly walks over, picks up a small crumb from the floor, tastes it, and smiles. Asterisk, how lucky, it's still just as sweet as our love. Asterisk, you see, the fallen cake is a dead event, neutral and soulless. It is the label you slap onto it that constructs either a heaven or a hell within your mind. Stoicism doesn't teach us how to stop the cake from falling. It whispers an ancient secret. The outside world has no power to wound you unless you allow your own interpretation to become the blade. You cannot choose what happens, but you possess the eternal right to choose the story you tell about it. So I ask you, today, is your story a tragedy, or is it an anthem of freedom? Deep in the shadows of the Americana, where the breath of tens of thousands freezes as they watch a single white dot of destiny, this is no longer just a game. It is a trial of the human spirit. Look into the eyes of the player standing before that decisive penalty. In this heartbeat, a demon named the Result is screaming in his head, whispering of either eternal glory or crushing shame. But the secret weapon of a Stoic warrior does not lie in his feet. It lies within an invisible boundary, the circle of control. He masters his heartbeat, his absolute focus, and his flawless technique, the arrows in Cicero's quiver. But the very microsecond the ball leaves his boot, it enters the realm of the unknown. A sudden gust of wind, a slippery blade of grass, or the divine reflex of a goalkeeper. These are all ghosts beyond his reach. The tragedy of the human condition is that we constantly try to catch the wind with our bare hands. If that player trembles because he fears the roar of the crowd, he has surrendered his peace to strangers. But if he remains in the stillness of his craft, he holds the power of a god. Why waste the precious gunpowder of your soul to shoot at fleeting sparrows, the fickle judgment of the world? Do not waste your life agonizing over what does not belong to you. Pour every ounce of your strength into the battle within, and let the world spin as it will. That is the ultimate resilience. Imagine standing under the radiant gold of a Brazilian summer, cradling a ripe mango in your hands. Its heady fragrance awakens every cell in your veins. You know the law of nature. The season will fade, and this vibrant fruit will be nothing but a withered husk tomorrow. But do you weep for its passing? No. You savor it with a sense of reverence, letting its honeyed sweetness saturate every sense. This is the ultimate awakening of a warrior, to cherish something precisely because you know it will be lost. But brace yourself. Stoicism demands that you apply this truth to things far more precious than any material fruit. Epictetus left us a whisper that has haunted the centuries. Asterisk, when you kiss your child or your spouse, tell yourself that tomorrow they may be gone. Asterisk, it sounds brutal, perhaps even chilling to the bone. But this is the only key that unlocks a love without regret. The truth is, we own no one. Those we love most are, in reality, mere loans that the universe has generously granted us for a fleeting blink of time. When you look deep into their eyes and realize this breath could be their last, every petty argument or daily indifference vanishes. All that remains is the purest form of gratitude. Don't wait for the shadow of loss to descend before you recognize the value of the light. Love with an awakened heart, ready to return what was borrowed to destiny with a grateful smile. Because death does not weaken love, it makes our presence sacred and breathtakingly magnificent. Imagine an invisible web, a silver thread of destiny weaving your heartbeat into the lives of every soul wandering this planet. We have never been solitary islands adrift in a vast human ocean. We are essential notes in the grand, sweeping symphony of existence. Look at the brutal reality of a sweltering afternoon in the gridlock of Sao Paulo. A driver cuts you off, spits out venomous insults, and vanishes into a cloud of exhaust. By instinct, your blood surges. Your knuckles turn white on the steering wheel as you crave to crush that disrespect. But stop. Breathe. Look through the lens of Marcus Aurelius at those hateful eyes. That man is not your enemy. He is a blind man, spiritually blind. He has lost the ability to distinguish the light of virtue from the suffocating darkness of ignorance. If a blind man accidentally stepped on your foot in a crowd, would you strike him down for his misery? Or would you feel a deep, pained compassion? Stoicism calls this oikiosis, the art of stretching the circle of kinship until it encompasses the entire universe. We were born to rely on one another as eyelashes protect the eye or as hands cradle a new life. When you choose grace over rage, you aren't just doing them a favor. You are guarding the nobility of your own spirit. To forgive their ignorance is a healing balm for your own hidden wounds. In this shared house of humanity, to harm another is a form of spiritual suicide. To love your fellow man is the only path to truly discovering your own divine essence. The Warrior's Ritual, 3 exercises to forge the soul. Knowledge without practice is nothing but stagnant ink on a page. To truly become a spiritual warrior in a world drowning in chaos and betrayal, you cannot simply sit and reflect. You must step into the forge. You must let your soul collide with reality until it becomes impenetrable. Here are 3 ancient rituals, designed to transform the fragile links of your mind into the steel chains of freedom. Exercise 1. The Dance of the Stars, a View from Eternity. Imagine you are standing in a suffocating office in the heart of Sao Paulo. The phones are screaming, the air is thick with the smell of stale coffee, and right in front of you, your boss is exploding. His insults fly like poisoned arrows. His face is a violent shade of red, the veins in his neck look like they're about to burst. Your instinct is to cring back in fear, or to explode in rage. But stop. In that exact microsecond, I want you to perform a great mental escape. Imagine your soul gently detaching from your body, soaring upward. You see the top of your angry boss's head, and then you rise higher. You clear the skyscrapers. You pierce through the gray smog of the city. Soon, all of Brazil is just a lush, green strip of land. Then the earth itself appears, a lonely, azure marble suspended in the infinite silence of the cosmos. In that absolute stillness of the stars, where did that yelling go? It is no longer a catastrophe. It isn't even a grain of sand. It is nothing more than a meaningless vibration from a tiny creature in a fleeting fragment of time. When you view the world through the lens of the universe, you realize a liberating truth. No trouble is grand enough to be worth the price of your inner peace. Look back at that boss and smile, not out of spite, but because you have seen the sheer insignificance of his anger in the face of eternity. Exercise 2. The Banquet of Scarcity, Vanquishing the Monster of Fear. The greatest fear of modern man isn't death, it's loss. We fear losing our comforts, our status, the luxuries we've mistaken for happiness. We have become slaves to the air conditioner, to lavish meals, and to the vanity of our clothes. To shatter these shackles once a month, I challenge you to a ritual called voluntary hardship. Pick a day. Turn off every screen. Step into the shower and let the bone-chilling, ice-cold water drench your skin. Feel that cold like a blade cutting through your self-indulgence. Eat nothing but a plain bowl of rice with a pinch of salt. Sit on the hard floor instead of your plush sofa. As the cold makes you shiver and hunger begins to gnaw at your stomach, look into the void and ask your soul, is this the monster I was so afraid of? Is this the poverty that kept me awake at night? And you will discover a secret of immense power. You are okay. You are still yourself, proud, whole, and free, even without the trinkets of the world. Once you have made friends with scarcity, the world no longer has the power to blackmail your happiness. You become invincible because you have nothing left to lose. Exercise 3. The shield of self-deprecation, the alchemy of insults. The world is full of people who want to use words as weapons to pierce your self-esteem. They will call you poor or stupid or a failure. Most people will draw their own swords to strike back, but a Stoic warrior uses alchemy to turn those arrows into laughter. If someone insults you in front of a crowd, instead of turning red and making excuses, look them in the eye with a strange, haunting compassion. Smile and say, "Oh, it seems you only know this much about me? You clearly haven't realized that I have 1,000 other flaws and shadows far worse than that. If you knew me better, you certainly wouldn't have stopped there." Why is this so devastatingly powerful? Because when you have the courage to laugh at your own scars and imperfections, you strip the enemy of their weapons. They cannot wound a man who has already accepted himself. Your self-respect is not a castle of sand to be washed away by the tides. It is a diamond fortress built on the truth. When you master your own ego, the insults of the world are like wind hitting a mountain. No matter how hard they blow, the mountain does not move an inch. Action is the only truth. Stop, just for a heartbeat, and listen. Can you hear it? The hourglass of destiny, grain by grain, slipping away. Every single grain that falls is a piece of your breath, vanishing forever into the great silence. We have spent far too many years building fortresses of words, arguing over distant morals and hollow theories, while our souls have withered, starving for the lack of real, raw action. This world does not need more theorists. It is starving for those who dare to live. Don't wait until the biting chill of winter grips the streets to start mourning the honeyed sweetness of a summer mango that has already passed. Don't wait for the shadow of loss to fall before you realize you squandered your prime on anxiety when you should have been present. Remember, every second you spend hesitating is a betrayal of the greatness you were destined to embody. My invitation to you today isn't a lecture. It's a silent revolution. Strip off the armor of doubt and step out of the shadows. Don't just speak of goodness, be it. Don't just dream of resilience, earn it through the grit of real scars. Forge within yourself an Invictus spirit, an inner sanctuary that no storm of fate can shake and no agony can ever break. The gates of destiny are swinging open, and the key is already in your hand. Right here, right now, choose to live a life that is both splendid and unbowed. Because in the end, we will not be remembered for what we said. We will be remembered for what we dared to become.